I'm Brooklyn.
I'm Katie.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Gabby.
And we're from Miss Harper's 6th grade reading class. Today we're going to be explaining to you the plot structure diagram. Today I have with me this large Harry Potter book, and my friend Katie over here has a smaller book. Do you guys know what they have in common? They both have the same amount of plot structure elements, like
exposition, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution.
Watch our video to learn more.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs plot map by Brooklyn, Gabby, Katie, and Emma. The exposition is the setting of the story that introduces the characters and explains the main conflict of the story. For example, the main setting in the story of Snow White is in the forest. The main characters are Snow White, the evil queen, and the seven dwarves. The main conflicts are the evil queen wants to kill Snow White.
The rising action is the conflict and interests that build suspense. For example, the story of Snow White, the mirror says the queen is not the fairest of them all, but Snow White. The evil queen sends a huntsman to kill Snow White. Snow White's father marries the evil queen, and she's jealous of Snow White.
The climax is the highest point of the story and the story's biggest turning point, and usually the character changes. For example, Snow White eats the poisoned apple from the evil queen.
The falling action is when the conflict is resolved. It's also when everything comes together. The prince finds Snow White in a glass coffin. The resolution is when the story comes to a reasonable ending. For example, the prince and Snow White live happily ever after.
In conclusion, Snow White and the seven dwarfs and the prince all live happily ever after. The end.
The Boy Who Cried Wolf plot map by Ethan, Joshua, Hunter, and Torrin.
Exposition. In the exposition, you are introduced to the characters, the setting, and the conflict of the story. In the exposition of The Boy Who Cried Wolf, you are introduced to a shepherd, a boy who had to watch the sheep.
The rising action is a related series of incidents in a plot that build toward the point of greatest interest, or the climax. In The Boy Who Cried Wolf, the rising action is twice the boy yells, "Wolf!" hoping to fool the villagers. But when the villagers arrive, they are not amused.
The climax is the part where the most drama of the plot is. For example, the little boy who cried wolf, the climax is when the wolf actually attacks the sheep. Nobody helps because they think the boy was trying to trick them again.
The falling action is when the conflict is resolved. The falling action in The Boy Who Cried Wolf is when the wolf runs away with the sheep.
The resolution is when the story comes to a reasonable end. For example, in The Boy Who Cried Wolf, all the sheep are gone, and the boy learns not to lie.